Only war.
What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. We're doing the Fly Blown Host review today. We actually had a chance to test this out on Monday night stream, so if you guys want to see that video, it's live, played, first time ever on the channel. It's a little bit blurry, so I do apologize. It was kind of like at the store. I had to bring my camera with me, set that up, and we played 30 Terminators, World Eaters against, what, 10, 20, 32, like 36 Death Guard Terminators in this detachment. We're going to go over lists at the end, some different suggestions. I have a bunch of ideas for this detachment. It's cool just that Games Workshop is actually doing this. I think they're just listening, and this is the best I've seen Games Workshop, honestly, since I've started 40k. They appreciate giving back. It looks balancing everything, making sure everything isn't too OP, every 6 months coming up with updates, list points, everything. Like, they're doing a good job. I think they're doing a good job in, you know, keeping the people wanting to play 40k, which is the whole goal. So we're going to go over everything we need to know about this detachment, what I think about it, and what your thoughts are in the comments below, because I know it's been out for a couple days now, but I wanted to make sure I had everything ready to go. I tested it, I gave you my own insight on what's going on, and then we'll get into some list ideas at the end. What's up, gents? If you want to support the channel, the best way to support us is to click on any of these links in the descriptions, as well as on the main page. We have our 3d6 Wargaming, the objective markers, we have the Rexar lasers terrain. Use the code DIRTBAG for free shipping, and also the Patreon page. That'll be at the end of the video, but the merch store is the news store. If you guys want to support and wear some of the swag at the RTTs and GTs coming up, make sure you come up to me and say, hey, check out this swag, because I will love it. We have a bunch of Orc swag, a bunch of 40k swag, but mainly we got the Dirtbag swag. This tumbler, legit, use it every single day. Coffee and water, and then these hoodies are so comfortable. I would recommend getting a size up just so they're comfortable on you, as well as with the t-shirts and any of the muscle tees. But this jersey specifically, these are super lightweight, perfect for RTT and GT settings. The 4 ounce is the lightest weight that you could possibly get. It is, I would highly recommend the 4 ounce. The 6 ounce is a little bit heavier, but the 4 ounce is perfect for RTTs. We have white and black versions, and if you guys are interested, all of the stickers are on the t-shirts as well. But guys, that's the best way to support us, is head over to Patreon and click on our merch store and represent the Dirtbags in some merch. Not only can you support us at the merch store, but you can also support us on Discord by messaging me specifically, DM. We sell poker chips, which are great for objective markers, naming specific units that have buffs or debuffs, and sticky objectives. We use them every single game. All of the stickers are available as you see over here, and then all these models. We have Cypher, which is in every single list. We have our Tech Priests for Grey Knights and any Space Marines. They're really hard to get. We have the Phobos Librarian, the Phobos Lieutenant with the combi weapon. Kaldis Assassin should still be in every single list, and the old school Cotiez model. We also have the widgets, which are used in every single game, as well as the dice. The dice are limited edition. Once they're sold out, they are gone forever. But guys, let's get back to the video. All right, so I appreciate all my Patreons for supporting the channel. There's just so much coming up in 2025. I can't wait to see what we come up with. Currently ranked, I think, 15th in the world in general for ITC. First in the world for Chaos Space Marines. I haven't decided yet, but Death Guard might be my 2025 pick for ranking. So every single year, if I haven't said it already, but my Patreons know, I'm trying to get a new detachment under my belt, or a new army under my belt, to try and go for #1 in the world ranked ITC. We had Grey Knights 2 years ago. We had Chaos Space Marines this year, and the goal next year hopefully will be Death Guard. I love my stinky boys. So let's get into this. If you guys haven't seen it, which I'm sure all of you guys who clicked on the video have seen it, we are getting, it's basically an infantry spam list. Not a lot of vehicles. You do want to put in the Blight Hauler just for the stratagem, but mostly infantry. So it's funny because I actually ran 52 Death Guard Terminators. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. We went 3-0 at an RTT with 52 Death Death Guard Terminators. I ran 30 Blight Lords and I think 18 Death Shroud. So 52 in total with the characters, and it was just so freaking slow. It was the slowest detachment I've ever ran. And with this, they now have a scout move 5. They're basically moving faster than they do in their actual movement phase. So that's pretty funny. So everybody in the whole army scouts. Besides the transport, you can't be in a transport and scout. You have to be an infantry model to scout. And I love that they have this little icon, the bell, because that guy is actually going to be coming up very soon. But the scout move 5 and built in, everybody has stealth. So that used to be a 1 CP strat, Cloud of Flies in the last detachment, but now you have just built-in stealth. So everything is -1 to hit innately, which is really, really good. I've been running a Kroot who has built-in stealth with their detachment, and it's kind of a killer. Like, going from 3s to 4s is a huge swing in the dice rolls, even if they have rerolls. So that's awesome. Now your entire army has stealth. Instead of just one unit having stealth, everybody has stealth. So those two right there are already a bonus. So you get to move 5. So let's say you start on the line, you then move up 5 to get behind some cover. So you're not just starting on the line and then hopefully you have turn 1 so you can run behind cover. Now you move 5 inches, and then if you have turn 1, you can just move further onto either objectives or more behind cover or behind a wall. Like, it gives you that one extra movement phase basically gives you so much more movement to get into the game faster than just the -1 to hit or the -1 to their armor save, or like that right there is huge. Now, if they just did scout move 5 with no stealth, that wouldn't really be worth it. Like, that kind of is not a cool thing. But when they combine it and give us something else, like example, Night Lords, they have to take a battle shock test if they're below whatever, and then that's it. Like, that is their detachment. It's not, and also they get +1 AP if they're battle shocked, or also +1 strength or attack or whatever it may be. They need something else to be assigned to the scout move 5. So with these guys, they were smart. They gave the scout move 5, and now your army has stealth. Or all infantry, which is cool. So let's go over the enhancements. Some of these I haven't tested them out. Some of them seem really good. So this one I think could be good, especially if you're having like a 10-man Blight Lord with a Master of Virulence walking with them. They can at least scout move 5 and then advance to get into a better spot. And if you have line of sight on some chaff or screens, you can at least advance and kill them faster. So I think 15 points is good, especially if you have like an extra 15-20 points left over. So I'm going to be trying this on my Lord of Virulence, who's going to be starting on the table, so that way they can advance up. And there's a 1 CP strat, so that way you can get full rerolls to hit within 12. So getting that extra movement and still being able to shoot for our Speed 4 Terminator is going to be huge. This one I haven't tried yet, but it's basically Mortarians on one of your units. So if the target is within contagion range of one or more Death Guard units, so it doesn't have to be the one that you're shooting with, it just has to be in contagion range, reroll wounds rolls of 1. So it's okay. I don't know if it's worth a whole 20 points. It could be good for like anti-infantry 2+ flamers that we have a lot of. Anything like Blight Lords, I think it's just wound roll, so it's not shooting, it's literally any time they attack. So it could be good with a Blight Lord, or Death Shroud Terminators, because most of the time they're going to be winning on 2s. So winning on 2s, reroll 1s is going to be really good. This is just like an automatic infantry killing machine. Again, 20 points is kind of hefty. It's only for 1 unit. So maybe if you have an extra 20 points, but you're probably going to go with this one or this one most likely. So Rejuvenating Swarm, if you have the extra 10 points, you can throw this on a character, probably like a 6 wound Lord or a 6 wound Lord of Virulence, or the melee one. So something that is just being able to regen wounds. Somebody was talking about having a solo do it. So if you have like a solo Terminator deep striking with this enhancement, the Master or the Lord of Disease, the melee guy, he has grenades. The only really Death Guard besides the Plague Marines that have grenades, him and Mortarion would have grenades. So he can be like a solo grenade guy, just kind of like deep striking, doing an action, doing a secondary, moving up next turn, throwing a grenade, charging something, pretty good in combat. And then if they don't kill you, you just regen all of your wounds back. So this might be cool to test out. It would be like a 90-point character, just like Stern or anybody that gets back up on a 2+, like Bile. It's pretty cool just to have like a 90-point character solo that does actions, and they have to kill it in one round, end of the phase. So they have to kill it at the end of the phase. So they can't battle shock you or tank shock you or grenade you and then try and charge you. Like it's got to be all in one phase, all shooting phase or all melee phase. Like it's going to be tough. So this could be something pretty good to try. I might test this out soon. But then we got the Plague Veil. This one is so many different options. Basically your unit or character has lone op, 18-inch lone op. So while you're on objective, so bears unit in range of one or more objective markers you control. This could be good. I have been testing it out with a Tallyman with Plague Marines, or I'm now switching to the guy that brings a Plague Surgeon. I'm testing out the Plague Surgeon with this and unit of Plague Marines, so that way turn 1 you can scout move 5 if you have first turn, and then just run onto the closest top left objective, and that way you're basically lone op for the rest of the game, and they're just camping there blocking out that side of the table. If they do happen to get a shot off on you, you can kill one guy and then in the command phase bring that guy back onto the objective, so that way you still control that objective, because we do lose sticky in this detachment, so that kind of sucks, I noticed, but at least you still can try and hold your objectives with the Plague Marine Surgeon, so that way if you put, let's say, 2 on the objective, they kill both, because you know one model or 2 got within range, they kill them, you then bring the guy back on the objective and you still control in the command phase, so you still get points. So that's going to be my test, and then next turn you can just bring another one back. So I'm going to test that out. The Tallyman's so up in the air. This is a CP heavy detachment, but I think bringing the guy back with lone op on the objective for the entire game, like this is your goal. You're literally just sitting on that objective and just not being shot at. That is going to be their goal for that. So that's my idea. That's what I'm going to be running it. Or you can be putting it on like a bigger character, like a Lord of Virulence, and kind of just sitting back on objective and just shooting from 24 inches away. I want my Terminators in combat, so I'm going to be running them forward. This one's going to be more of like, hey, I'm sitting on this objective for the rest of the game, and that is it. So I turned on autopilot. All right, sorry about that. All right, cool. So yeah, there's the detachment. I think this one is probably going to be used almost every single time. I think this one is really good for what we're trying to be, like basically quick with the scout move 5 and then trying to get the assault off with some shots. And then this is pretty cool for a solo, and this is if you want to do like killing anything infantry you get into combat with. All right, so let's get into the stratagems, guys. So the Paroxyus, I'm not going to pronounce these. So this one, I love that they're all 1 CP. Anytime you see a 2 CP strat, you're like, I'm probably never going to use that ever. But this one, start of the fight phase. All right, so again, I'm going to be telling you I used this in a battle report already, so I can give you my insight on what I think of all these stratagems. So this one is freaking insane. Okay, so what we had combined here, and shout out to my Patreons that suggested this. Somebody was like, hey, try this guy with this. It's insane. And we did, and it was insane. So 1 Death Guard infantry unit from your army that is within engage range of 1 random units. So your fight phase, their fight phase. With them charging into you, you charging into them, either one it works on. So select 1 enemy unit with engage range of your unit. That unit must take a battle shock test, subtracting 1 from the leadership. Now, subtracting 1 isn't crazy, but when you're talking about like Chaos Colt and their leadership 6, they're charging in, they have to do a leadership test every time they do a Dark Pact or a Desperate Pact. You're subtracting 1 from this, and you're going to combine it with the I have to look up the name. It's the bell guy that nobody ever uses. Noxus Blightbringer. This guy has an ability every time they're within the aura of his contagion, which it's 3 turn 1, 6 turn 2, 9 turn 3. Subtract 2 from that leadership test or battle shock test. So while units within contagion range, each time a battle shock or leadership test is taken for that enemy unit, subtract 2 from the test. So like I was saying with Dark Pacts and Desperate Pact for Chaos Cult, if they're within 3, 6, or 9 inches of this one guy who's going to be literally buddy with the Terminators most of the game, it's -2 to the test. So I'm rolling on 8s to try and pass these tests, or they're killing models. And for the 1 CP strat right here, they're rolling on 9. So anybody that goes into this unit that's leadership 6 has to roll a 9 or they're battle shocked. So that helps out so much with primary. It helps out so much with defensive strats and offensive strats. Going against the World Eater army, he had a -1 damage stratagem that he couldn't use most of the game because he was always battle shocked. And I was able to get 15 points for primary turn 2 and then 15 points for primary turn 3 because he basically, every time he got into the center objective, he was always battle shocked. I controlled the top one, I controlled my home field. So once we fought over the center, which we basically just met in the middle and just fought, I had 15 and then basically maxed out primary 15. It was insane. So this stratagem is very, very, very defensive / offensive when you don't want armor contempt to happen, anything like that, interrupt, and it just helps out with them charging into you because now they're battle shocked, and then at the start of your command phase you own the point, even if you have one guy on the point. So this starting off with a really, really good strong strat. So I really, really like this stratagem a lot. I used it, I think, every single fight phase when they weren't battle shocked. So this one, in the fight phase, 1 Death Guard infantry unit from your army that is not selected to fight this phase till the end of phase. So this one can come up situational. There's a lot of jank you can do with this. What you're going to be trying to do is you're going to charge in, let's say, a Death Shroud unit into a unit, and then your Blight Lords into like the same unit. The Blight Lords are basically going to kill whatever they charged, or vice versa, and then you're going to spend 1 CP on the other unit, and when they pile in, they can pile in towards the closest enemy unit. So they're basically just moving 6 inches across the table, right, maybe towards the opponent's objective. So that might be the closest enemy unit. So you're basically moving 6 inches that way. If you're not in engagement range but you're near 6 inches of another enemy unit, you can then move 6 more inches closer. So you're basically getting an extra 12-inch movement just after this charge. So it's gonna be huge movement for this 1 CP for this strat specifically. So that's one way to get way more extra movement, kind of like the slingshot effect. I did it at the end of the game in the battle report. So basically I charged I forget, I think it was like 3 Terminators left. So I charged with the Blight Lords, and then I charged with the Death Shroud, who rolled like a 12. So they slingshot, they kind of went all the way around, and there was like 3 or 4 models that were closer to his objective. So then when the Blight Lords killed those Terminators, he had dudes behind his objective, so I was able to pile in 6 inch or consolidate 6 inches, pile in 6 inches that way towards a close enemy unit, and then the objective was there, so I was closer to 6 inches to get onto the objective. So even though you're not within six inches of another enemy model, you can then still pile on or consolidate towards an objective. Now if you're not near both, you can't do anything. So you're only going to be using this if you know you can get 6 and 6. If you can only get 6 and that's it, not really worth it. So that's one way. The second way is to just get into another unit that you really want to kill that you didn't have the movement to get into. So you can do the same thing. You're going to block off the base to base with another unit. You're going to then charge that unit and leave like 1 space for 1 Terminator to kind of get into combat. It just has to be within 1 inch. And then all the other guys can kind of swing around whatever you roll for the charge. And then once that unit dies, for example, you can then go pile in most of your other guys 6 inches to another unit, kill them, and then maybe pile 6 inches backwards. So there's a lot of movement shenanigans in this detachment, but this stratagem specifically. So this is going to be really good to practice, and learning this move is going to help out win a lot of games when you need to steal that objective, or just trying to kill people like super far away in the charge phase. I had the Swarm, shooting phase, Death Guard infantry unit, Until the end of the phase, range weapons equipped with models excluding blast weapons have the pistol ability. This is like the same ability as the Iron Warriors detachment in Chaos Space Marine. They can spend 1 CP, and then with the Chaos Space Marines, they have full rerolls to hit. So it's kind of really, really good, just built-in full rerolls to hit, and they all have pistols. So with this, you can combine this with this stratagem right here. Your shooting phase. So 1 Death Guard infantry unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot this phase. Until the end of phase, each time a model on the unit makes a range attack, reroll hit roll of 1. If the unit is within half range, you can get full rerolls to hit. So you're going to spend 2 CP for this combo if you really want to clear whatever you're in combat with and try and kill a vehicle or whatever you want to do. Because most of the time you're going to have either anti-infantry 2-up flamers, blight launchers, or the Reaper, the autocannons, which is the dev wounds. So you're going to have combi weapons, which are dev wounds, the autocannons, which are dev wounds. It's just a ton of shots. And if you have the Lord of Virulence in the army, which you probably will, full rerolls to wound. So you're just fishing for those crit 6s. But if not, you basically get to spend 1 CP. All of your guns hit on 3s. The anti-infantry automatically hit, so they wound on 2+ with the flamers. And then you get full rerolls to wound anyway with the Lord of Virulence. So you don't really need to spend that 2 CP. This is if you really want to kind of like clear 3-up saves, you know, stuff like that. This isn't going to be used a ton with this, but I could see it being used as a combo. But this alone is still really, really good because you deep strike. Most of our bolters are 24-inch range, so you're going to be within 12. The only thing that's not going to help out is the flamers, but the flamers you don't care about hitting because they automatically hit. And then the Reaper chain cannons are going to be within. So you're going to have. It's not. See, I keep fucking calling it the chain cannon. It is the combi bolters and blight launchers and the Reaper autocannon. So 2 Reaper autocannons is basically 4 shots each, full rerolls to hit, because they're within half range. So this entire unit, full rerolls to hit on the combi weapons, 2 shots each. So I have 4 of them. So it's 8 shots, full rerolls to hit, and then 8 shots with the autocannon, full rerolls to hit, and then full rerolls to wound. So both of them anti-infantry 4+, full rerolls to wound, dev, and then the autocannon has sustain, which is awesome. So sustain 1 and full rerolls to wound, which is dev. So you're going to do a ton of dev, honestly, with this unit. Full rerolls to hit, full rerolls to wound with the Lord of Virulence, and you also have 3 of the flamers, which are anti-infantry 2+. So they're just gonna mow down infantry with their AP 1 ignore cover and all of the dev coming into it. So they're actually surprisingly good at coming down deep strike or advancing, getting within half range, using this strat, and then boom, getting rid of most of the heavy infantry or light infantry. So that's gonna be a really good combo. This one, so far we basically can use all 4 of these strats pretty much almost every single game. This one is like up in the air. I didn't use this one because I was in combat with Terminators, and I really just wanted to hit them in the face with my weapons. And then this one, your charge phase after Death Guard unit charge move. All right, so this one I haven't tested out either. But this is the one where you can do mortal wounds on the charge. It's kind of hard to get more than, let's say, like 5 Terminators into combat with how slow we are. But if you can get more than 5 into combat and it's within 1-inch engagement range or base to base, it's not the second rank. A lot of people get that confused. It's everybody has to be within engagement range, which is 1 inch. So you can't be in base to base with somebody in engagement range. That doesn't count. It has to be within engagement range. So everybody has to be within 1 inch of that model to get the option to roll. So let's say I get 5 guys in, the other 5 guys are behind and they're not within 1 inch. This is on the charge as well, not the pile-in. So then you spend 1 CP. Every model that's in that engagement range on a 4+, because they're not cultists or boxwalkers. So on a 4+, they take a mortal wound up to max of 6. So if we had, let's say, Plague Marines can, 10 man, can charge up. They can throw a grenade, they can shoot, they can then charge, and 1 CP, they can basically get another potentially grenade going into a unit. So if you have the grenade character, everything, it's critting on 5s for lethal, so that's already good. He does the free grenade strat, so basically your Plague Marines can this is scary. So they're gonna move up, get within Big Knight, throw a grenade, shoot him with all their plasma, melta, bolters, whatever, everything's lethal, doesn't matter, and then they're gonna charge, probably get like 8 guys in combat with them, roll 8 dice, anything on a 4+, that's more mortal wounds. So you're going to do, let's say, an average of 3 mortal wounds, then an average of 3 to 4 mortal wounds, so it's 7 mortal wounds, plus all of the shots that they already had. So it's like 7 mortal wounds, plus all the guns, and then their heavy weapons going in, critting on 5s as well. So that is a scary infantry unit for only 1 CP with that character, right? Because you get the free grenade strat. So that is 1 CP, all of that damage going into a knight. Seems pretty good. It works on cultists and poxwalkers, so you can have like a 20-man poxwalker unit. If they all get, you know, as many into combat as possible, you can spend 1 CP on a 5+ for them. So it's like a tank shock, basically. But if you're getting like, you know, 5, 10, 15 of them, it's just like a free 1 to 2, 1 to 3 mortal wounds that you really need to kill a character or a vehicle. And then you can spend 1 CP to consolidate 6 more inches somewhere else. So it's got its benefits of finishing off that one guy, like sanguinary guard or something with 1 wound left, doing that, clear him off, and then go kill something that you actually want to kill. So another good stratagem that we could be using. And then finally, the last one is very defensive. I didn't use this in our game because he doesn't have a lot of shooting. We were running 30 Terminators, so he only has bolters and Reaper autocannons like we have. So it wasn't really, I didn't really need it. But we have stealth built in. Now, if I'm within 6 inches of a Mythic Blight Hauler, which is, I don't run, I have 9 of them, but I don't run them. Now I can run 1 of them. If they're within 6 inches, which is pretty big, like you can definitely keep 1 guy back within 6 inches of your Blight Hauler. They're speed 10, so they're going to keep up with a lot of your army. You need them, you basically put them wherever you need them to keep this aura up. And then everything going into that's +1 more than their toughness, or their strength is more than their toughness, just like the Blightlord Terminators. Subtract 1 from the wound roll. So basically your whole army, because you're going to have 6 to 18 Death Shroud Terminators, they're all built in -1 to wound with this already. Now your Blightlords, which could be 10 to 30 Blightlords, are all going to have stealth with 1 CP, -1 to wound. So your whole army, -1 to hit, -1 to wound to shooting. Like that is gonna negate so much firepower. And then you still have a 2-up, 4-up, toughness 6. Like you're gonna survive a lot. If you watch my game with the 52 Terminators, we went into Tal twice and we beat them both in both games. That was with 1 CP stealth that I had to put on, and no -1 to wound on my Blightlords. So the Blightlords were just kind of running at them and dying. Not as much, but still dying. I just had to roll my 4 Binvolent saves. But now the Blightlords have the built-in stealth and the -1 to wound. So that is going to be such a bitch to chew through with shooting. Like you're going to be like, it's Death Guard, I can just shoot them off the table. Nope, not anymore. You're going to shoot, realize that you killed maybe 1 Terminator with half your army, like, oh shit, what am I gonna do now? And then next turn they run up behind cover, you're like, well, now I can't even see you anymore, and then we're just gonna camp on the objectives with our lone up and stealth on everybody. So this, guys, is super cool. All of these strats are usable. There's not one that I'm like, I don't know if I would be using that. Every single strat in this detachment is usable. The enhancements are cool. Not all of them you're going to be using. You can only use 3 anyway, but it's going to be awesome. So last part of this video, let's go over some examples of lists that we got going on, just to kind of put in your mind of what we're running, and then you guys can like tweak it any way you want, start buying some Terminator models, and then we'll go from there. All right, so hopefully you guys got your pen and paper. I need to, if somebody can leave me a comment, how do you get this onto the computer? Maybe I have to go through like a website or something like that. Basically the app, the Games Workshop app. so I can show you guys on the computer. I could just kind of like copy and, you know what, I'll copy and paste it for you guys so that way you can see it, but you're gonna have to like write everything down so that way you can make your own list while we do it live. Nope, we're just gonna do it live. So all my Patreons, this is already posted on Patreon in our Discord. So if you guys want to support the channel, head over to patreon.com. You guys can get some coaching through myself or other Dirtbags in the Dirtbag Nation. But if you guys really want to support the channel and have more videos like this come up and us travel and kind of, you know, compete in all these major tournaments, that is what the Patreon page is for. And also, you guys get these videos ahead of time before YouTube anyway. So let's get into the list. First list that we tweaked. This was a tweak of the video that was up on Monday, if you guys want to go check that out. We're starting off with 3 sorcerers in Terminator armor. They have the -1 damage. So basically, 3 of your units are going to have -1 damage in melee, as well as like the -1 hit, -1 wound, all those shenanigans. So 3 sorcerers. Oh, and the stratagem for full rerolls to hit would be insane on this Terminator Sorcerer, because most of the time you roll like a 4 maybe, 4 or 5 on the shots, but then you miss 1 to 3 of them, so you're only hitting 2 times, and then you wound on 3s, you only wound 1, so your once per game Kamehameha, it's like, sucks. Now, full rerolls to hit. So you might actually do something with the Sorcerer. Lord of Virulence has the Deadly Pathogen, so they didn't update it yet in the list, but he's got the Droning Curus. He's got the Assault ability. Then we have the Noxus Blightbringer, who has the -2 leadership within his contagion range. The Plague Surgeon, who has Chamberlot. He's got the Plague Veil, which is the lone op within 18 inches. Typhus, gotta bring Typhus in this this horde. Plague Marines, they're going to be with the Plague Surgeon, so that way they can run up on the main objective. 20 Blightlord Terminators. My Terminators are loaded out with Combi Weapon, 3 combi weapons, 2 flails, 2 plague spears, and the Reaper autocannon. So those in both. You can test out the Blight launcher instead of the Reaper autocannon. I just want the full rerolls to wound Reaper autocannons to go with the Lord of Virulence, and then you can have 2 Blight launchers in the other unit if you want some like 2 damage weapon killy stuff, because the full rerolls to hit with the lethals could be good as well. So that's up to you. 6 Death Shroud, 6 Death Shroud, Mythic Blade Hauler, so one of them. 20 Poxwalkers to go with Typhus. Now you have an option to keep them solo, or put them with Typhus if you're going against like another melee army, because the -1 to hit in combat, and you have Nurglings, so you can be -2 to hit in combat, which actually helped out a lot. So -2 to hit in combat if you have the Nurglings near the Poxwalkers and Typhus, and then if Typhus kills something in combat, you make more Poxwalkers. So it's like a really good, like an endless swarm combo, going into like a Chaos Cult list or a Swarm list or something like that. Like they're basically unkillable. Or you can have Typhus solo. You can have Typhus go with the Death Shroud Terminators. You have a lot of different options with the characters and which units you want to put them with. 1 unit of Nurglings, and I missed the sticky objectives, so I brought a unit of Plague Bearers into the list as well. You have 110 points to play around with. You can actually bring 2 units of 50 Cultists. You can bring 2 more Poxwalker units. Whatever you want. I like the deep striking Plague Bearers if you need them. If you need to make a thing sticky, you can just start them on the table in the backfield, screen out your home field objective, and just make it sticky and then run forward. Whatever you need for that specific army you're going against. But we got the Plague Bearers for the sticky objectives and matching the theme. So they don't really benefit from anything else. They're just T5, 2 wound models, 5 up invuln save, and sticky objectives. So that is the first list, guys. Let's get into the second list. All right, there's just so many different variations of this build, but this list we have 2 sorcerers, Lord of Virulence, Blightbringer. Most of the characters are the same in every single list. We have the Tallyman in this list, which we have 5 points, so we can bring the Surgeon if we want, but Typhus, 5 Plague Marines, 30 Blightlord Terminators, 1 Death Guard Cultist, 3 min units of Death Shroud Terminators. This is more of like a deep striking, kind of do secondary build. It's you have your 30 Terminators to be like the chunk moving of the army, and then you have the 3x3 Terminator Death Shroud to kind of like be deep strike and be solo and kind of like do all their actions. 1 Mythic Blight Hauler, 10 Poxwalkers, and then 3 Nurglings for that. So it's more of like a deep striking mobility army with still 30 Blightlord Terminators. 30 Blightlord Terminators are now more tankier, because there's 10 men, more tankier because of this detachment, because of the stealth built in and the -1 to wound with the CP strat. So they're tankier than previously. So having 30 of them, you don't need 30, you know, Death Shroud. So that's the second list. Let's go over the last list. All right, so I actually there's a 40 Plague Marine build that I had. It's like 40 Plague Marines, 18 Death Shroud, just walking, like that's super cool too. Last list, super fun list, Demon Prince, because everything within Contagion range has a 6-up Feel No Pain, so your whole infantry army now has a Feel No Pain of 6+, mainly. Lord of Contagion, he has the grenades, like I said, 4 rerolls to hit in combat. Lord of Virulence with the Deadly Pathogen, he's got the Assault. We have Typhus, 10 Blight Lord Terminators, 20, 40, 60 Death Guard Cultists. They all have Scout 5. They're all 6-up Feel No Pain because the Demon Prince, and they all have Stealth built in. They're speed 6, so they can actually get to stuff, and they're just going to be super annoying. So basically, nuts. Then we have 6 Death Shroud Terminators. They're going to be with the Lord of Contagion or Typhus, up to you. Lord of Contagion mostly. Blight Hauler, so 190 point Blight Hauler. Then we have 20, 40, 60 Poxwalkers. Usually 20 Poxwalkers are going to be with Typhus. We have a Beast of Nurgle. We have 2 Nurglings, so 2 units of 3 Nurglings, and 20 Plague Bearers. So we got 20 Plague Bearers to do sticky, one of them deep strike, one of them hold your home field, 2 Nurglings, one of them could be infiltrating, one of them could be more defensive to kind of keep up with the zombies, 1 Beast of Nurgle to deep strike and get some secondaries, 1 20-man Poxwalker to go with Typhus to scout move up and then just run on objective and just be super annoying. The other 20 Poxwalkers can either move north or south or be in reserves to come in or rapid ingress. We have the Hauler to kind of run around with the Blight Lords. Death Shroud Terminators can be the rapid ingress target because they have full rerolls to hit in melee with the Lord of the fuck is his name? Lord of Contagion. And then you have fucking 60 cultists that are just jamming the crap out of everybody. So you're probably going to be using the -1 to wound on your cultist. You're going to be using the -1 to wound on the zombies with this one. So most of the time they're going to be higher than their strength, so they're going to be wounding you on 3s, probably 2s, and then back up to 3s. Or if they're wounding you on, let's say, strength 4 to strength 7, they're wounding you on 3s now to 4s, which is pretty funny. And then this one you're going to be using a lot. So basically you're going to be charging in. You're going to be consolidating 6. So you can charge in, do like a ton of this, up to 6 mortals with like your zombies or cultists. And then you pile in 6 and you just tag everybody. So that's the idea. And then you have your 10 Blight Lord Terminators, you know, killing machine, and then you have the 10 6 Death Shroud Terminators, just killing machine, and then you're just spreading out all of your other horde all over the objectives. So it's a thought. Yeah, you could get rid of Demon Prince and just bring more of like the characters like what is it? Blightbringers everywhere. So if you have like maybe 2 Blightbringers, you could bring a Tallyman. It's 160 points. You could fit a lot. You could fit like 3.5 characters instead of the Demon Prince. So yeah, maybe you could try that out. Yeah, that's a fun list. So let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below what you liked, didn't like, how we can improve on the channel. And then we got some more battle reports for Death Guard coming up. But guys, I appreciate it. Thanks for waiting this long for the Death Guard video, and more to come up. Support the channel, head over to Discord, head over to the store, and let me know if you want any of the merch on the Discord. So appreciate it, guys. Good luck, and we'll see you in another video soon. What's up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. If you guys are thinking about joining the Patreon page, we're going to go over each tier and how it's going to benefit you and what you're looking for specifically to get out of 40k in 10th edition coming up. There's a lot of stuff to go over. There's a lot of tactical videos up on the channel, which is for free. There's going to be a bunch of perks that you get specifically for being a part of the Dirtbag Nation Patreon page. So first off, we have the first tier, which is $1 a month. You guys get first access to the videos over at patreon.com. You also get access to the Discord, which is specifically a private link in the Discord that only Patreon members can see. So you guys will have first access to that. Also a benefit is Patreons over the Dirtbag Nation get live streamed games on patreon.com streamed from YouTube, but there's only links specifically for the patreons.com. So not only do you get first access to these videos, you also get to see live stream games specifically only on patreon.com. The next tier is the Justicar. You guys get a shout out on every single video on YouTube. You also get to support us a little bit more. You get first dibs at voting on Discord, as well as you just kind of say, hey, I just want to be a Justicar Dirtbag and support you guys a little bit more than that $1 a month tier. But you get all the same access as well as the different color over on the Discord. So the third tier is the competitive Dirtbag. This tier, you get a lot more one-on-one coaching. This is a lot of the Dirtbags over on the Dirtbag Nation. They are able to send out messages one-on-one, go over list ideas, tactics, anything you guys want to talk about. When I was getting into 40k, or really any game in general, I always wanted to message the top players in the meta and just ask them questions. This $10 a month tier gets you that opportunity to message us one-on-one on Discord, so that way we can actually coach you, give you our insights, suggestions, and that's going to get you better at the 40k 10th edition as a whole. So that tier alone, just $10 a month to have one-on-one coaching, one-on-one messages anytime throughout the month, that's going to be a perfect tier for you guys. Even if you're brand new to the game, we go over 1,000 point list, 1,500 point list, 2,000 point brand new starting list, team list, anything you guys need. That's what the competitive Dirtbag tier is for. Also, you get a little bit red number name tag on Discord, so people know that you're really serious about getting into the competitive scene. The Grandmaster Dirtbags. This is the all-in-all $25 a month tier. You get one-on-one coaching, everything we said prior to this, but you guys get to see me, Mike, any of the other Dirtbags play your specific list that you want to see tested out live on one of our battle reports. You guys get to mention, suggest videos you guys want to see coming up on patreon.com. So you guys get the above first tier benefit of everything that we do over at Dirtbag Nation. All the support mainly comes from you guys supporting us over here at Dirtbag Nation. And Grandmasters, I can't thank you enough, but for $25 a month, you get one-on-one coaching and anything you want to see live on the tabletop. So you get to see a professional play right in front of you. You guys get to kind of like see it one-on-one, and I'm actually making this specifically for you. There's also TTS events that you guys can suggest. If you guys want to do a first 1 or 2 turn run through on TTS, we can actually log in and coach you one-on-one with that. If you guys see us at any GTs, you guys get special benefits, free dice, stuff like that. Anytime you purchase a merch thing on Discord, you guys get a free limited edition Dirtbag dice sent to you with every single purchase on top of that. So there's a lot of benefits coming up with the Grandmaster Dirtbag. You guys, I can't thank you enough for supporting us. Definitely let me know which tier would be best for you if you go over to patreon.com and specifically go to a tier. And make sure you don't forget to message me up on Discord. That's where we check every single day. If you guys are really into getting into 10th edition 40k, head over to Patreon, join the competitive Dirtbag or the Grandmaster. Message me as many times as you possibly want, and I'll coach you the best I possibly can on any specific army that you guys play. Mainly our armies right now, currently, going into 2024, is going to be Chaos Space Marines, Grey Knights, Death Guard, and then we have Custodes, Sisters, and I think that's it going into the Wings of 2024. But again, any other army that you guys play, we have other coaches lined up for the Dirtbags that are ready to take on that role of the competitive Dirtbag page. So guys, really appreciate it. Thanks for clicking on the video. Thanks for joining the Dirtbag Nation if you guys are already part of us. And we'll see you in another video soon.